Hey guys, it's Comic Book Junkie here again, coming to you with my part 2 of my March haul. I know it's not the end of March yet, but these will pretty much be the end of my books for March. I do have a few leads on a couple of the other books on my list that I'm trying to pick up for next month. But I did manage to get a couple books to check off my list of the top 20 that I want for 2016. So that's good. I'll show those at the end of the video. But so I'll start my run here. Scud the Disposable Assassin. I don't know if you guys have heard of him or not, but I just remember loving this book. I had the traded paperbacks of these, but I never actually had many of the original books, and I picked up several of those. I got number 2 here, which is an Imperial High Grade. It's at least a 9.2, and the art on here is just really neat. But it's about a guy that he comes out of a vending machine, and he's a disposable assassin. So he finds out that if he actually kills somebody, then he dies. So it's about him fighting guys and stuff without not physically trying to be the actual person that kills the person, and it's a really funny book. It's got a lot of cool characters in it, and the art's really neat on the covers. So here's number 2. Here's number 3. Now, I only want to get high-grade copies of these, and the print runs on all these books are very low. So I could have got more of these in the run, but they didn't meet my grading expectations. So here's number 5. Most of these I got from mycomicshop.com, which usually, a lot of times to them, what they say is a very fine, a lot of times to me is a near mint. Like this one here, I don't see any issues with this book, but it's just graded very fine, and it's on number 6. Number 10. Number 11. It's number 13. It's a real cool cover with the lunchbox. I believe, I think it might be number 9 that I don't have, is the one where it looks like a figure on the cover. That's a pretty popular one. That one's pretty hard to find, and the ones that I've seen, they want like $50 for them, and I don't want to pay $50 for a Scud comic. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. 17. There's 18. 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And if you guys watched my tribute video to Josh, I showed you some Mercy Sparks. This is actually Mercy Sparks' first appearance. I don't know how big the print run is, but you can pick these things up for hardly anything. Both of these have little tiny dings in the bottom left corner, but otherwise are really good condition. So, not really speculating on those. I just picked them up because I know Josh. So then I got a complete collection of the Amalgam books, and this one is signed. And it's by Jim Ballett. So I got these with shipping, $20. I figured that I couldn't beat that. So that one's signed. It says 470 out of 1400. There's number 1, the verses. Number 2, 3. 4, Bullets and Braces, Iron Lantern, Magneto and the Magnet Men, Spider-Boy, and like I said, this collection, I've always kind of wanted it, but I didn't want to pay much money for it, and I loved anything signed, so the fact that I get the whole thing for $20 some with shipping is pretty neat. I also just picked this up to read. Escape from Monster Island 1. Escape from Monster Island 2. One of the few books that I continue to read is Walking Dead, number 152. I picked these up cheap. Here's Wolverine number 1. I just really like the cover on this one. I got all these for like $2, so below cover price. Here's number 2. Number 3. Number 4 is pretty cool cover with Colossus. Number 5. And then I picked up number 9. I know I saw it in somebody's video, Undervalued Books. It's First Lord Deathstroke, I think, or Deathstrike, I think. And I just kind of thought when I saw the video it looked like a cool character. And when you can buy it for like $2, which is less than the book's worth, it doesn't really, no risk there, just all upside if it becomes worth anything. And then I also picked up a copy of this one on number 9 in the variant covers. And I picked that one up just because I thought the cover was pretty cool. I showed this in one of my other videos, but I did get this month, so I'll put it on here again. Little Stuff of Legends. The Dark, which is signed by, and the inside by Mike Ratchett, Brian Smith, and Charles Paul Wilson. And then I also picked up 2 copies of Amazing Spider-Man number 4. And they're high-grade copies, and I got them for $20 for both of them. So I thought that was pretty much making me have to buy them, so I picked them up. Alright, now on to some of the keys that are on my my list here. So, I managed to get this, the first appearance of Stuff of Legends, which is my number 19 on the list, so I will check off number 19 here. Then, this book I feel like I got for a steal. This is a Scud Special Edition number 18. I don't know how many copies there actually are in here. I've heard 500, but I'm not really sure. It's a very hard to find book. This was listed as a 7.5, and it looks a lot nicer to me. I mean, I'm not a grading expert, and a lot of times I think something's a 9, and somebody says, oh, it's a 7. But the only things I can find wrong with this book is there's a ding there, a little dent, and a little tiny dent up here. And other than that, I mean, this book looks perfect. So I've looked for this book for a while, and it's hard to find. I mean, you don't even see people selling them, and then a lot of times when you do, they want a whole bunch of money for it. So I got this, I believe it was $60, and I'm not exactly sure what it's worth, but to me it was worth it. And like I said, I personally think it's more like a 9.0, but that's my personal opinion. And then I picked this up, the Stuff of Legends, the Laughing Ghost edition. And that's another one that's on my list, so that's 47 out of 100. So that was my number 10 item on the list. And then the Scud book was number 7 on my list. So if I toss that up here. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 20 books that I want to get. And I also I've added the rest of the Scud books that I don't have in the series. And then if you guys watched my prior video, you saw that my number 16 was blank. So I added X-Men number 14 to that. That's one of the X-Men that I do not have. And it's the first Sentinels appearance. So it's definitely a key one that I would like to get. So that's all my haul for March. And like I said, I'm hoping to have a couple other books that I'm trying to close some deals on. I've been negotiating back and forth, but there's some on my list that are hard to find. One's the hardest, would be the rarest book in my collection if I actually get it. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.